To further discuss the significance of New Year resolutions and expectations, I'm joined by Reverend Olu Martins, Executive Director, Canvassers for Democracy and the Rule of Law, and Pastor Femi Kajogbola, Senior Pastor, Light of the World Mission Church, Texas. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. Let's start with you, Reverend Martins. How can the concept of New Year resolutions align with spiritual growth and personal development within the context of the Christian faith?
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity. And let me also wish my pastor colleague and, of course, New Central and Nigerians a very happy New Year. Let me quickly also add that what has changed are numbers. The days have not changed. We still have a Sunday that went into a Monday. We had a December that went into a January. This is not the first time that it's going to happen. And do not forget that almost 2 billion people are not celebrating New Year with us because they do not use our calendar. So I tell people that nothing fantastic has really changed except for the fact that the year, our time here has been broken into days and months that has now accumulated into 1 year, moving into another. There's no magic wand. This is not a genie from the bottle. We have just moved from a Sunday into a Monday. I say so against the backdrop that people think that, oh, there's something, spiritual about it. It's just for stock taking. Because if you do the same thing and expect a different result, I think it's John Maxwell said that is the definition of a fool. So it's for stock taking. What have you done with 365 days, 52 weeks in 2023? What do you think you're going to do different? So I appreciate that people have new resolutions, but there must be strategic plans. How do you wish to achieve those new resolutions? Because if it just wishes in the air, like they say, wishes were horses, beggars would ride. We have another opportunity to calculate and look at what we did rightly or wrongly in 2023 and attempt to reposition ourselves, to reevaluate our actions and inactions and see how 2024 will be better. So, but for strategic planning, you will just bask in the euphoria of a new year and you remain in one spot because resolutions are not enough. You must have a work plan. How do you want to get from point A to point B? For me, that's the most significant thing, a work plan on how you want to improve yourself.
Very important. Pastor Kajogbola, let me come to you. Are there specific religious practices or rituals that you would recommend incorporating into New Year resolutions to strengthen one's connection with their spirituality?
I want to thank God for what Reverend just said not too long. The truth is just that Nigeria is a different country, and I want us to have that understanding. In Nigeria, we cannot take spirituality out of our growth, and I want us to be very sincere with ourselves. The truth is just that when we say the government and the spiritual aspect is very, very important in Nigeria. If not because of the prayer, I can tell you for free, Nigeria will not be standing today. By the grace, so we need God. Even in our resolution of the year, I believe resolution can be a positive focus to improve our self-personal improvement in every aspect of life. And that's the truth. We need God in Nigeria. We cannot do without God. And one thing about our intention as individuals, what we say to the country. Me, I'm in Nigeria, I'm in America. You will see everybody will say, God bless America. We need to change our thinking. We need to see things in the right way if we want to achieve positive change this year. It's very important.
All right.
Pray for the government, pray for spiritual leader, this area that we need, that we can grow.
All right, let's come back to you, Reverend. The citizens say that they are hopeful that the president will fulfill his promises, especially in the areas of security and the economy. Do you share this same sentiment? Away from prayers, you are very clear about us having clear purpose and goals.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Let me read, if you don't mind, Proverbs 22, verse 3 for you. And I'm reading it from the Passion Translation. The Passion Translation says, a prudent man with insight foresees danger coming and prepares himself for it, but the senseless rush blindly forward. A prudent man foresees danger. In other words, a prudent man plans for the future. So I mean, consensus added on with the plethora of expressions of positivity by Nigerians. As a pastor, as a motivational speaker, yes. But if you look at the statistics on ground, because the book of Lamentation is not just in Nigerian Bibles. I believe in prayer. But look at what it says. It says it is through wisdom that a house is built, and is in keeping abreast with the fact that the chambers are established, with good things. Because the statistics on ground have shown that in spite of our spirituality, Nigeria appears to be delving deeper in poverty, which means that we need to rejig what we call spirituality in this part of the world. And therefore, the Nigerian government, they need to demonstrate clearly that they are willing to put the nation forward. Very recently, I saw when the president moved through an axis in Lagos, and I took my time to count the vehicles that were in his convoy. The president had 53 vehicles in his convoy. If you find that most of the people who are in, the many people who are in those convoys are busybody. So you can look at the cost, what it has cost Mr. President to move from Abuja to Lagos to spend time and then to come back, and then the reckoning of cash. It doesn't give that picture that this presidency is willing to cut down expenses, because all of us are involved. We can't make demands of the Nigerian people without making demands on the Nigerian leadership. In fact, the Nigerian leadership should first of all demonstrate in very clear, lucid and pellucid terms that it is determined to change the plight of the average Nigerian by cutting down the cost of governance. With a budget of over 25 trillion, half of it is already in deficit. The Nigerian leadership needs to demonstrate that it is interested in building hope, because it's not just in renewing the hope. There must be statistics on ground, because very clearly now, the statistics on ground are not encouraging. That's why you have many Nigerians who are leaving the shores of this country, because they don't find indices, they don't find action, deliberate actions to show that leadership is interested in bettering their lives.
Let's bring Pastor in as well. Let's also hear from you. How can individuals strike a balance, rather, between setting realistic, achievable resolutions and challenging themselves to grow spiritually in the coming year? Pastor,
until we begin.
Go ahead, sir.
Hello?
Go ahead.
All right. The truth remain until individuals begin to see the new Nigeria. We cannot move forward. You keep complaining now to tomorrow. The truth is just that you need to see the way, you need to see Nigeria, that Nigeria is going to be great. You need to see your country, that this country, it is not about only the government. It's everybody that we need to work together to achieve greater tomorrow. That's the truth. We will keep complaining tomorrow until we take action, begin to see new things. If you don't see, you cannot achieve it. As you can see, if you see something, you can pursue it with your energy, with every intellectual that God has given to you. But we begin to see, we keep complaining tomorrow. And I keep telling people, it's not only the work of the government, it's the work of everybody. Everybody in Nigeria has the same duty, has the same thing to carry out. I'm telling you the truth. There's something that's not only, even in our own small community, the way people are behaving, people are seeing things where they are even relate to our fellow human being. You can know how the heart of man. So let everybody change.
The one thing we both seem to agree on is that there is no spirituality without putting in the work as well. Both go hand in hand. Thank you very much for sharing your time with us.
That's it.